Okay, so we've had a greenhouse update over here, and I just wanted to show kind of everything going on. I haven't done a video in, I think I gave it 2 weeks or 3 weeks for everything to grow a little bit. All those micro cuttings that I did, I'll show you. We're just kind of look at the new greenhouse. It's a let me see the name of it. It's a Pal Ram 6x4, so it's actually pretty small, but it's kind of all I could afford at the moment. So it's really cool. It's 6 feet tall. So I'll just get to it and show you guys all that's growing on and all that I got here. All right, here we go. I think I'm gonna stand up so I can show you. Let me flip the camera. Okay. So we'll kind of start up here. It's got a window on it right there, so you can crack it, give everything some air. But here we've got this grimmel growing. It's got nice, beautiful new growth on it. A tiny grimmel that I actually had sold, and someone returned it and shipped it back to me. So I said, you know what, I'll just keep it. They originally shipped it back because they said it had a curved stem right there, but I ended up burying the stem. Got a little bonsai project right here with a red in it, and hopefully that buds out, and that'll be a cool little red Jabuticaba bonsai. I've got the white, my biggest white Jabo right here. Patanga tuba that should fruit out this year. It's starting to leaf out, but that's fruiting size. And then this is a cherry of the Rio Grande, I believe. A red. Unknown Eugenia. Possibly another cherry of the Rio. And then same thing with that one. This is a red. I just freshly potted up these red hybrids. So they're nice. So that's all I got up top. A second shelf I've got. This is more of everything I've got for sale. I just sold this one on eBay. And how I'm doing it on eBay now is each plant that I list, when I list a plant, each listing is the actual plant that you'll receive. So say I listed this beautiful white on there. Probably list it for $20, which would be a steal for how big this thing is. I'd probably do $20. Okay, so say I listed this. I would just list this and take pictures of this specific plant, and then when you order it, you're actually getting this plant in hand. So there's no confusion. There's no, hopefully no returns, because you'll literally see it. And if you message me, I'll send you a video of it and everything, and this will be the plant. I can even send you a video of me shipping it out and wrapping it up to you. So, and my process and how I do it. So that's a beautiful one for sale. Look at this one. Wow. When these things start to bud out and start to get bigger, especially these white Jabuticabas, these white Jabuticabas do really well for me for some reason. And man, when they get bigger, it's like you don't even want to sell them, So yeah, there's my whites. This is kind of a runt red hybrid, but it's coming back. All of these are the same age, but you can see, look at this. Look at this. Look at the difference. Okay, you see this. Okay, you see that plant? It's a red hybrid Jabuticaba planted from seed. Okay, at the same time, this one was planted. But look at the size difference. A massive size difference. Okay, and this one's got like lush new growth. It's at least double the size, double the thickness. It's insane. So there's a white Jabuticaba that was planted at the same time as all these. All these were planted at the same time. Probably about a year ago. maybe 2, going on 2 years. But yeah, so that's the whole second shelf. Let me see. Right here we've got I got a red seed in here. Hopefully this bad boy pops out. Oh, yep, you can see it. So that is what literally, oh, let me see. Okay, yep. See there? That is a red hybrid Jabuticaba seed laying, emerging. And if you look closely, you can see it. See the red on there? So literally, let me see. Okay, I'm just trying to get it back to normal now. Okay. So yeah, that's what that looks like. It's that little tiny red thing coming up. And then when it's a little bigger, it'll look like, it's hard to get these to focus. Just want to show you guys a good example. Yeah, it'll look like that. That big red spear. So they come out red. I mean, as you can probably imagine, because their new growth is red. Alright, right next to that we've got a fig cutting that I did, coming out beautifully. Oh my god, why I did not date or label this is besides me, but that's a shame. I need to date and label that, but that was done about 3 weeks ago, and now it's budding out. Okay, I guess I figured, I know it's a fig, obviously, but you know, it's a Celeste fig, and I only have like 1 or 2 varieties of figs. I'm not worried about the variety. I just like to see it start. Oh, here we go. Maybe January 20th? I don't know. Okay, anyways, this is a cutting of another Eugenia, and then here's a very special plant to me. It's a privet stopper. It has a couple of weird names, like it's maybe a Eugenia Australian cherry. I don't know, but it like grows like a little bush. It grows extremely slow. This is planted from seed, from Flying Fox Fruits seed, like I want to say a year or so ago, maybe 2 years ago. But I mean, it's only this big, you know. So it grows really slow. I'm thinking about up potting it, but you see, it's gotten that new growth is red. It's beautiful. It's one of a kind in my collection. It's the only plant I have like that. So that's obviously not for sale. In here, that I really wish these were coming up. In here is shoot, what are they called? Lemon drop mangosteens seeds. I tasted the fruit and I planted the seeds. I don't see them coming up yet, so that's really a shame. You know, with these varieties, these rare varieties, you've got to give it a lot of time. Sometimes it can be 6 to 8 months before you see any activity. If you get really good seed, like I just got from Flying Fox Fruits, if you get seed like that, you're going to see activity in just a couple weeks. Because literally he sent me seed that was like sprouting, which is really nice. But I also like to get the fruit myself and taste the fruit, and then plant the seed. And if you do that, you're going to be waiting longer. So I did realize that this year for sure. Also, we've got a ton of the cuttings that I showed you guys last time coming out. So these are elderberry. I didn't date any of these. What the heck? Okay, yeah, these are elderberry though. But you can see I'm probably going to list these on the eBay rare jungle for sale. And I'll put a little link to my eBay in the description and everything. Maybe put it in the comments. This is more elderberry. This is apple tree. And these are all just cuttings. So what I think I already have a video on how I made these cuttings actually. But yeah, you cut them, clean them, dip them in a root hormone and plant and put them in the pot. It's pretty simple. Those are like privets I'm gonna use for bonsai. That's a mulberry. That's a mulberry. That's I want to say this is more mulberry. I don't even see a label. This has got to be more mulberry though. This looks like a failed graft that I did. I went it's way too much. I need to just cut this back and hope that this red comes back, because that's a failed scarlet graft onto a red. So, I'm working on grafting. Grafting is not too easy of a process, but I'm working on it. This is more apple tree cuttings. So the apple tree cuttings, I didn't know if the apple tree cuttings would do good, but they're doing well. That's a little loquat leaf. I'm trying to just grow from a leaf. Okay, so that's the third shelf. Here's the fourth shelf. Now down here I did micro mulberry cuttings. Oh, and actually I snuck a little fig in back there. It looks like the fig's doing good. That's nice. A thick little one. And then, but all these are just like literally tips of mulberries. Like, this year's growth, like first year growth, just tips. Put in a little seed tray, and they're all growing out. So that's nice. I'll probably list those like cheap, like $10 or something each on the website. Or I mean, not the website, but the eBay. Now this is interesting. I got a pear tree cutting that's flowering. So I'm gonna just do an experiment and see what happens with that. I have no idea what will happen. I really don't know. It might try and hold those, and it probably can't hold those, but we'll see. So that's just some runts and grunts I've got. I like to call them. I just throw them all into a pot. I obviously can't sell those, but they're coming back. I got this white that, I just said screw it. It's one of the ones I'm gonna keep. And I potted it up all the way up from a 4-inch into this big old bad boy. And hopefully it does well, and hopefully it likes that. So I got a fig. I got I got a lot of stuff. A lot of good stuff. I got this calamondins. I still don't see any activity from my pruning in the pruning video, but I'm confident it'll come back. I hope it does. It's still pretty cold here. It's like 54 degrees, 58 degrees today. We've been swinging into the 70s, high 70s, but not, it's still pretty cold. That's why I got all my stuff crammed into a greenhouse. So, but anyways, this is a little experiment that I will do a video on when I open it up and water it. I don't want to disturb it right now. I've got Jabuticaba cuttings in there, and if you're listening, I'll just throw the secret out there and spoil the whole video, because I realized that, okay, so when a Jabuticaba is cut, it's okay. The science behind it is crazy. I'm probably going to butcher it and explain it wrong, but basically when a Jabuticaba is cut, it needs a citrus fruit applied onto the bark, because when the bark is cut, it sends out like low pH or high alkaline or something like that. It needs the citrus, and once it's got the citrus on the bark, you put it into the root hormone, and then hopefully that will literally get you to be able to make Jabuticaba cuttings, which, if anyone knows about Jabuticaba, if you can make Jabuticaba cuttings, you're gonna eventually be a rich man, because if you have a couple plants and you're making cuttings of these things, I mean, good Lord, they're worth a good amount of money. So, and that makes the process a whole lot easier. So around me, I've got my Sabara, obviously, here. That's probably gonna be 20 years till it fruits. Unfortunately, it's just a Sabara. There's no doubting that it's not a hybrid or anything. But I'm glad I have, the classic Sabara. It's the iconic tree, so I had to have it. But am I waiting for fruit? No. It's got new growth. It's a beautiful tree, but is it my favorite? No. So we've got the Restinga here. You can kind of see new growth. That's a beautiful bushy, so bushy. I'm thinking about pruning and doing more cuttings because these things are just bushy. Loquats looking great. Well, got burned a little bit. We had a 20-degree night, and that kind of burned my loquats back, my quats back, and that sucks. But they'll come out of it. They're from South Carolina. They can handle cold. Tucked down here, I've got this little white Jabuticaba. And then look at this. You gotta have blueberries while you're waiting for all your Jabuticabas to fruit. Because if you just get one blueberry plant, they're gonna fruit that year and fruit like crazy. So just throw a blueberry in there while you're waiting for everything. Give it to your kids and stuff. It's just always cool. There's a fig cutting I did previous years that's now larger. Over here we've got, you've got to have fun stuff that's going to fruit this year. So I've got strawberries. Gonna get some strawberries, I might not get Jabuticaba fruits, but I'm going to get strawberries and blueberries. I'm going to get some sort of fruit. I'm going to get plum trees, I really hope I could get loquats, but, tell me if you know more about loquats. Tell me in the comments. How far do you think this bad boy is from fruiting, Here's the size. I got this thing pulled from a local, no, not a local, they're in South Carolina, a zoo. I saw these loquat seedlings and I had to have them. So I just grabbed one. Probably not allowed, but you know how it is. When you love, tropical fruit, you see a seedling and you just like, gosh, I gotta have that. I gotta save that bad boy. Because, I know the gardeners would have ripped this up. This was underneath of a loquat tree that they were obviously just using for landscaping. They were not doing it for the fruit. That was obvious because the fruit was just dropping all around it. The squirrels were getting in and everything. So I see this bad boy. It was probably, when I got it 2 years ago, it was probably this tall. So it was a large seedling. It was not a small seedling. But I got this bad boy and I pulled it up and I just put it in I put it into a bag and I just took it and I'm like, I gotta have this. So now I got it and it's great. Both of them like that, but this one is a bigger one, the Big Daddy. Anyway, this is the red. I just recently had some damage on this thing. Look at that. Just like my Scarlet, something fell onto it, took it back, damaged it. That's the thing about, Jabuticaba. This part it's gonna bend. It has bend to it, but this part, once it gets mature, on the actual base of it, that will just snap right off. I'm telling you, and it'll just snap the whole thing. So that's what happened. That happened to my Grimmel too, but the Grimmel's looking good. Grimmel's got, look at that. This is how you check. Wait a second. That's how you check. You gotta see the tip. Once you see that, it's coming out. It's coming out with that new growth. It's happy. So yeah, that's pretty much it. It's everything I got here. I'm gonna wrap it up. Thanks for watching, and keep growing. Keep growing rare fruit, and check out my eBay and get some of this rare fruit. This one's for sale. Get this one. Get this one. This one. This one. Get some big, if you want some big whites. I think these might even be some hybrids or something. These might be crazy. These are from Flying Fox Fruits, so we don't even know what these are. He's got so much hybridization and genetic diversity going on. When you're getting seeds like that, you could be getting anything. This could be a one of a kind, literally. This could be something crossed on his farm. Two Jabuticabas crossed. Say it's 1B. It went to a trunk of flora. It got some pollen. It went to a white, got some pollen. Then it went to a red, got some pollen. You know, it got all of that. It got a mix of everything, and then it's this. And we think it's a white, right? Because yeah, it looks so good. It looks like a white, but you really don't know until you have that fruit. So that's the gamble. This could be anything. I'm telling you. People are sleeping on the hybridization possibilities. Okay? So there's some food for thought. Fruit. Let's call it, there's some fruit for thought. It's kind of a tongue twister right there. Some fruit for thought. And then some beautiful plants to look at. You could literally go buy this on my eBay right now. And I swear to you, message me, I will do a video of me packing it up for you. And you get a good price. I'd say 20. It's a bidding. I do auctions, but literally my auctions are not that popular. So you get something for, a good price. That's guaranteed. And a sizable seedling at that. So this one's sold. I was kind of surprised this one sold or someone bid on this one already, because it's kind of, smaller. But then I thought to myself, maybe they think this is some sort of like hybrid, because it just might be. I kind of thought that the way that it's growing smaller, maybe they want that. But it's healthy. They're going to get that. Hopefully they like it. Look at that. It's got that new growth right there. You see that? You got to really look, but you see that red coming out. That's how you know. So, yeah. Everyone have a great day, and thanks for watching. Bye-bye.